With the 4th of July coming up, you probably are thinking about fireworks, grilling out, and spending time with family. But with the summer heat, you also need to be watching out for your heart health as well. That's why Katie Schumacher, the Executive Director for the American Heart Association, is here with us today to talk about how to stay healthy in the heat while enjoying the holiday at the same time. Thanks for being here, Katie.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We know that being out and being exposed to the heat for long periods of time is unhealthy. What are some of those things we should be on the lookout for?
Sure. So we know that heat and dehydration can make your heart have to work harder, and that's especially problematic for someone that has an existing heart condition. So some of the things that we're looking out for is a possible heat illness like heat stroke, and so some of those symptoms might be an elevated body temperature, 103 or more, your skin is hot, an elevated pulse, or dizziness, even passing out could be part of it. So it is a medical emergency and someone should seek medical attention.
So in those cases, and just to double down on what you're saying, it's not good enough just to say, okay, I'm really hot, let me jump into a pool or dump water over me. That's not the best case scenario.
Yeah, so I mean, just anytime that you think that there may be too much, like that you need to seek medical attention, you should, because it can be an emergency situation.
And what are one of the main things that we see during the summer as it relates to heart issues?
So really it's just knowing that you're making your heart work harder if you get too hot or overheated or dehydrated, and so that's something we want to be really cautious of.
And do you have any tips, any signs that maybe a person is dehydrated?
Well, there are a couple things that I can talk about with precautions on what things you can do to make sure you're trying to stay hydrated, but also being safe in the heat. And so some of those would be thinking about the time of day that we're outside. So we know between noon and 3, that's really when the sun is the strongest. So avoiding that time of day, trying to do early activities or evening activities, and then dressing for the weather. So wearing lightweight, light colored clothing, staying hydrated is super important, and then taking breaks if you have to be out in the heat.
And that seems to be the key, staying hydrated. Of course, water is good, there's Gatorade, there's all kinds of drinks you can use, but making sure that your body has a right amount of fluids is important.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us. And if people want to learn more about the American Heart Association, where can they go?
Sure. Go to heart.org. There's lots of great information on that website.
All right. Katie Schumacher, thank you so much for being here with us today. And coming up, again, we want to make sure that you remember to stay hydrated and dress for the heat. Make sure you have a cool place to take some breaks. And again, as she mentioned, you can get more information on heart health and dealing with this summer heat, this South Carolina heat, and especially this low country heat. All you have to do is head to the American Heart Association's website.